Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me well? Hi everyone, welcome to another video. Today we are going to talk about bien and bueno. These two Spanish words are very commonly used and some people get confused by them. So this is a live stream. If you have any questions, you can use the live chat. If you want to share more examples, you can do that as well. Or any comments, really. Before we get started, don't forget to subscribe and also click on the bell icon so you can get notified every time I upload a new video. Also, you can visit smlessons.com for more free Spanish lessons, okay? And please don't forget to give this video a like. That helps me a lot. Okay, so bien versus bueno. I know that I have here Spanish phrase of the day, but this is just a Spanish lesson. There you go. That's better. So this Spanish lesson is going to be a little long. So if you want to go grab some coffee, some tea, water, just get comfortable, okay? Because this lesson is a bit not complicated, but we're going to go over situations where you need to use these two words, okay? So you can understand better when to use bien and when to use bueno. Okay, so do you know the meaning of bien and bueno? The meaning is this, like these two words have very similar meanings, but it depends on the situation, okay? So essentially, the meaning of bien is well. And sometimes, in some situations, bien can mean good as well, okay? And other different or similar English words. Bueno means good as well. So the difference, one of the big differences between bien and bueno is that bien is an adverb and bueno is an adjective, okay? Bien, an adverb, bueno, an adjective. So do you know what's an adverb or an adjective? So maybe you do, but let's just talk about it a little bit. So an adjective is a word or phrase naming an attribute added to or grammatically related to a noun to modify or describe it. Okay, for example, beautiful, good, bad, ugly. So that's very easy. So you're pretty much describing or just naming attributes or something like that. Okay, so what is an adverb? An adverb is a word or phrase that modifies or qualifies an adjective, verb, or other adverb or a word group, expressing a relation of place, time, circumstance, manner, cause, degree, etc. For example, gently, quite, then, or there. So now we know the difference between an adverb and an adjective, okay? So that's quite simple. And adjective it's actually more simple than an adverb because every time you hear adjective, you imagine, okay, I'm describing something or I'm just mentioning qualities or something more, it's easier. But adverbs can modify adjectives, verbs, a word group, or other adverbs. So it's a bit more complicated. But anyways, we'll see some examples about, bien and bueno. So don't worry about it. So far, so good. Bien, usually, or the most common meaning is well, and bueno, the common meaning of bueno is good. Bien, an adverb, bueno, an adjective. Okay, now let's talk about situations. Let's talk about when to use bien and when to use bueno. Okay, so here it is. It's a lot of text, I know, but I mean, it's gonna be easy. Don't worry about it. So, bueno, right here, we can see that you can use bueno in a lot of situations, in a lot of, many, in many different situations. For example, when you can use bueno when something is beneficial, when something is good for you. You can use bueno when something is useful or, someone is talented. Okay? Also, we can talk about good quality. You can use bueno if something has good quality. Also, bueno is used when something is delicious, or when someone is attractive or hot. Also, bueno can be used when something's good in general. When something's good, it could be food, it could be a movie, something like that. Also, bueno is used when answering the phone. We're going to see more examples. Actually, we're going to see examples of this. So don't worry about that. I'm just listing all the situations. And lastly, you can use bueno when just by itself, just as an expression. And that means usually okay or sure. Now, bien right here, you can use bien when talking about health or certain mood, okay? Usually the way you feel and similar situations like that. Also, bien can be used when, or bueno, bien is similar to very, to this English word very, okay? Bien can be used when doing something well, correctly, or properly. It can be used when something works, usually when something works well. And also it can be used as a common expression, and that usually means good. Okay? So far so good. That's quite easy, but maybe it's gonna get easier if we see some examples, right? So let's see some examples using bueno and also bien. So these situations are the most common situations. And in Spanish, there's always something peculiar. So maybe you can hear these two words in different situations other than these ones. But we're talking about the most common situations, okay? Perfect. I need some water. Okay, now let's see some examples. Let's talk about bueno first and examples using bueno. You know that in Spanish we have grammatical gender. So that means that bueno has other words, like other variables, Bueno is usually masculine. Bueno. Buena. Let me highlight that. Okay. Bueno is masculine. Bueno. Buena is feminine. Buen is masculine, and we will see some examples using buen, okay? Buenos is plural and masculine. Buenas is feminine and plural as well. So this one right here, you're probably wondering about buen. This one right here, buen. When do you use buen? Let me tell you that buen and bueno are quite similar. They're masculine, okay? And buen is used before an adjective. Before a noun, sorry. And bueno is used after a noun. But yeah, we are going to see some examples using bueno and buen. Buen goes before a noun. Bueno goes after a noun, okay? Now let's go over the situations and examples. Okay, so the first situation that we mentioned before is you can use bueno when something is beneficial, when something is good for you. Let's see an example. Las verduras son buenas para la salud. Las verduras son buenas para la salud. This means vegetables are good for health. So we can see buenas right here. And we're saying buenas because verduras, that word is feminine. And that's why we need to say buenas. And also verduras is plural. So you need to use bueno, but feminine. It needs to be feminine and plural. Buenas. That's buenas. Las verduras son buenas para la salud. Vegetables are good for health. So we can see in this example that something is beneficial for you. Something good for you. And vegetables are good for you. You need vegetables to be healthy. So the example is this is very clear that something is beneficial for you. Something is good for you. Las verduras son buenas para la salud. Vegetables are good for health. Okay? Now let's see another example. But we're going to see a situation, an example about something useful or someone talented. Because I don't think something can be talented, right? But we'll see. Okay, so the example is: Los autos son un buen medio de transporte. Los autos son un buen medio de transporte. This means cars are good mode of transportation. Okay, so we can see clearly right here, buen. And that is something interesting because buen goes before a noun, and the noun here is medio de transporte. That is a noun. So los autos son un buen medio de transporte. Cars are good mode of transportation. So yeah, in this situation we need to use buen because we are saying that we're placing it before a noun. Medio de transporte is a noun in this situation. Now, let's see the next example. Miguel es un buen doctor. Miguel es un buen doctor. This means Miguel is a good doctor. Once again, we're using buen. And that's because the noun is doctor and buen goes before a noun. So that's why we have here buen. Miguel es un buen doctor. Miguel is a good doctor. Also, you could say Miguel es un doctor bueno. Let's say we want to use bueno instead of buen. So you can remove that. Un doctor bueno. okay? And that's perfectly fine. It's pretty much the same thing. Miguel es un doctor bueno. Miguel is a good doctor. That's what it means. The only difference is that we use when. We used when in the first example. And the second example, again, we used bueno. But either way works perfectly fine. Okay? Miguel es un buen doctor. Miguel is a good doctor. Perfect. Okay, now let's see the next situation. Do you guys have any questions? Just let me know. Okay, so when something has good quality, or when something is good quality. Okay, so let's see an example using bueno when something has good quality. Mi celular es muy bueno. Sigue funcionando. Mi celular es muy bueno. Sigue funcionando. This means my cell phone is very good. It's still working. So if you drop your phone and you're worried about the phone being broken and the phone is still working, then you can use this phrase. Mi celular es muy bueno. Sigue funcionando. My cell phone is very good. It's still working. So we can see here, bueno means good. And we're talking about good quality, when something has good quality. And in this case, the cell phone is a really good cell phone because it didn't break, right? Okay, so far so good. Let's see more examples. The next example is about something delicious. So let's see how we can use bueno in this situation. Something delicious. Let's see. La sopa está buena. La sopa está buena. Quiero más. La sopa está buena. Quiero más. The soup is good. I want more. And when you're eating something really delicious, you can use bueno or buena or buenos or buenas, right? Or buen as well. So, la sopa está buena. The soup is good. Quiero más. I want more. So you can change sopa. You can replace that with something else. It could be el helado, for example. El helado, right? And we will have to change this. Well, first of all, I need to remove this. El helado está bueno. Bueno. Quiero más. And this means the ice cream is good. I want more. So that's really easy. If you want to talk about something really delicious, you can use bueno. Okay, now let's see more examples. The next situation is something or someone hot. Someone hot. Someone attractive. Right here. So if you're talking about someone that you like or you consider hot or attractive, you can use bueno. Okay? El actor está bueno. El actor está bueno. This means the actor is hot or attractive. And in order to say this, you need to use the verb estar. Estar. Because if you use the verb, there's a big difference between this. So, el actor está bueno. Okay? You have to use the verb estar. in order to express that someone is hot or attractive. So if you use the verb ser, that's a completely different story. So bueno in this situation means hot or attractive. Okay? And remember, you have to use this verb estar, that means to be, and in order to use this kind of expression, okay? El actor está bueno. The actor is hot or attractive. Okay, so that's quite interesting, right? Also, you can use bueno when you are talking about someone who is good, like someone who is just a good person in general, okay? Someone good. Now let's see another example. El actor es bueno. El actor es bueno. And we can see we use the same phrase as the one previously because I just wanted to make this clear that you gotta use different verbs, estar or ser, when saying bueno, right? And the meaning changes completely. So, el actor es bueno. That means the actor is good. You know, maybe the actor donated, I don't know, money to charity, or the actor is, I don't know, just a good person. You can say el actor es bueno. The actor is good. Okay, and also that could mean the actor is talented, you know, because we saw here, right here, in this situation, right here, that bueno can also be used when someone is talented, okay? So it depends. I could say el actor es bueno because, I don't know, like he's just a good actor. Or I could say el actor es bueno because, you know, I don't know, the actor donated money. So yeah, that's quite interesting. Everything is just, it depends on the situation. Okay. Now let's see the next situation. The next situation is when answering the phone. When answering the phone. So this is another interesting topic. This is something really commonly used, like bueno is used when answering the phone. So let's see an example. Bueno, ¿quién habla? Hello, who's calling? So we can see that bueno, or every time you're answering the phone, you can say bueno, bueno, and then you can ask, ¿quién habla? Right? And that means hello, who's calling? So we can see bueno can be used in so many different situations. In this situation, when answering the phone, you can use bueno. Excellent. And lastly, you can use bueno when you can use bueno when just by itself. That's when. Well, it's not when, but you can use bueno by itself. Okay? So if someone is asking you something and you say bueno, that means okay or sure. Let's see an example. Bueno, vamos a comer. Bueno, vamos a comer. This means, okay, let's eat. So bueno can mean okay. Now, the next example. If someone is asking you, ¿quieres café? ¿Quieres café? You can say bueno. Okay? So, ¿quieres café? That means, do you want coffee? And the answer is bueno. Sure. So, yeah, essentially you can use bueno by itself. You can say bueno by just bueno, that word, and that means okay and sure. Excellent. So that is it for bueno. That's it. Okay, so you can see we have many situations and all of them are very, very common. And if you have any questions, don't forget that you can use the live chat. Or if you have more examples using bueno, buena, buen, buenos, or buenas. Okay. Now I need more water and we will be talking about bien. Okay. Bien. When do you use bien? You can use bien if you're talking about your health or anybody's health and also a mood. Okay, so let's see an example using bien. El doctor dijo que estoy bien. El doctor dijo que estoy bien. This means the doctor said I was well / fine. You know, if you're feeling well or fine, or the doctor is telling you, you know what, you are healthy, you can use bien for that. We can see bien right here, bien. And in this situation, it means well or fine. El doctor dijo que estoy bien. The doctor said I was fine. Now, let's talk about mood. María no está bien. Se ve triste. María no está bien. Se ve triste. This means Maria is not well / okay. She looks sad. So Maria is having a bad time. She's having problems. So if you want to say this person is not well or okay, you can use bien. Or if someone is well or okay, right? In this situation, it's a bit negative. Poor Maria, she's having problems. And bien means well or okay. Okay, so we talked about how bien can be used when talking about health or mood. If you're healthy, you can use bien, or if you're feeling in, sad or happy or something like that, you can use bien as well, just as a general idea of how you're doing, right? Excellent. Now let's see the next situation, or let's talk about the next situation, sorry. The next situation is when, bien is similar to very, to the word very. And let's see an example. Muy bien, muy bien. That means very well. Okay? In this situation, it's a bit confusing because muy also means very. Okay? But let's see, let me just give you another example. Because technically, bien in this situation means well, not very. So, let's say, la comida está bien rica. Sorry about that. You're not reading this well. La comida está bien rica. And this is curious because previously we said that you can use bueno or buena when something is delicious, right? But in this situation, we're using bien as an adverb because it's an adverb, and we are using an adjective, which is rica, So this means the food is very delicious. Okay? The food is very delicious. So in this situation, we can see that bien right here. I'm just gonna highlight it better. Bien means very, okay? So I could say la comida está bien caliente, for example. Caliente. And that means the food is very hot or warm, you know, when something is, the temperature is really hot. La comida está bien caliente. The food is very, very hot. And that's why in this situation, we can see clearly that bien is an adverb, okay? Because it just modifies pretty much what we're talking about, you know? It could be bien caliente, okay? The food is very hot. Excellent. Do you guys have any questions? Any questions? Okay. Now let's see the next situation. We have only 3 more situations to go, and that is it. The next situation is when doing something well, correctly, or properly. When doing something well, correctly, or properly. Now let's see an example. Miguel hace bien su trabajo. Miguel hace bien su trabajo. This means Miguel does his job well. So we can see that Miguel is very good, you know? And we are saying that he is doing his job well. So we can see bien right here, and that means well. Okay, Miguel hace bien su trabajo. Miguel does his job well. The next example is María toca bien el piano. María toca bien el piano. That means Maria plays the piano well, you know? So we can see in both situations, someone is doing something well, correctly, or properly. Bien, well. Okay? So if we're talking about someone doing something right, you can use bien for that. Perfect. The next situation is when something works. When something is working well. Let's see an example. La televisión siempre ha funcionado bien. La televisión siempre ha funcionado bien. This means the TV has always worked well. So if you have a TV that has been working well for a long time, you can use bien for that. La televisión siempre ha funcionado bien. La televisión siempre ha funcionado bien. That means the TV has always worked well. Bien. So you can't say bueno right here. If you say la televisión siempre ha funcionado bueno, that makes no sense. You gotta say bien. La televisión siempre ha funcionado bien. The TV has always worked well. Okay, and lastly, we are going to talk about bien as a common expression, and that is similar to good. When you just say good, bien. Now let's see an example using bien in this situation. Bien, me da gusto. Bien, me da gusto. That means good, I'm glad. So if you are hearing good news about something, you can say bien, me da gusto. Good, I'm glad. if you're hearing something like, I don't know, your friend got a job, you know, your friend has been finding, he wants or she wants to find a job, and that person finally finds one, you can say, bien, me da gusto. Good, I'm glad, you know? So you can use bien, and that means, just by itself, it means good, good, bien. Okay? So that's it for today. We talked about bien and bueno and how to use those two Spanish words. It's very easy, guys. It's not that complicated, you know. The only thing is that you gotta practice, practice, and practice. If you have any questions about what we just talked, you can let me know. But essentially, the meaning of bien is well, and it is an adverb, and bueno is an adjective, and that means good. Okay? Excellent. So I see oral care. Hola, estoy aquí. Welcome. I don't know if you just got here or if you heard the entire lesson. If you guys have any questions, please let me know, and I can answer them right now. Do you have any examples for me using bueno and bien? By the way, tomorrow we are going to have a crossword puzzle, and we're going to talk about appearance adjectives. Okay, so it's pretty much similar to describing people. You know, if you have to describe people, and obviously you have to use adjectives. So we're gonna talk about that, or we're gonna have a crossword puzzle about describing people, you know, all the adjectives about it. Okay, oral care says, sí, acabo de llegar. Well, welcome, oral care. We just talked about bien and bueno and when to use either word, you know, because it might be a little confusing for some people. But yeah, tomorrow we're gonna have a crossword puzzle around 5 or 6 p.m. I hope. And yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Okay. If I don't see any questions, then I guess everything is clear. Thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know. You can leave a comment down below after this live stream if you have more questions about this or any questions about this. And thank you so much for watching. Remember to subscribe and click on the bell icon so you can get notified every time I upload a new video. You can visit smlessons.com for more free Spanish lessons. You can download crossword puzzles on smlessons.com as well. And yeah, you can purchase flashcards as well. So everything is on smlessons.com, and also I'm leaving links down below if you're interested. Also, you can donate to this channel. The link is down below as well. And well, have a good evening. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Oh yeah, don't forget to give this video a like, please. Okay, bye, adios.